Hola, me llamo el hijo de guitarra. Me gusta pescado y patatas fritas. Tengo una guitarra y quiero... Wait, what do you mean this is not an Avengers audition? Oh yeah, it's a music and neuroscience video. Just run the video. Run it. Hello guys and welcome back to the show. Last time we talked about how music can affect us when we're just babies. Today we're going to explore some of the cool things music can do when we get older and some of the interesting music abilities. Well, if you remembered what I said last episode, what did I say? I mentioned that we have some form of understanding of music when we are just babies. But in what ways do our brains change if we decide to learn more about music and decide to become experts in music? If you imagine life as a video game, music is kind of like a skill level. So you, as a character, could focus on that level, train the music, and unlock more abilities. Yeah, I'm using a video games reference and I'm a level 98 wizard, so come at me, I don't even care. So, what are some of the cool abilities or superpowers one can learn once we are exposed to music? One cool ability is called absolute pitch. If you can listen to any note and name the correct name of that note, then you have absolute pitch. Give it to me. Give it to me. G? Suck. Alright. A sharp. Dagnabbit. D? Pterodactyl. Unfortunately, I don't have it. But how does it work though? In a study, scientists have compared the brains of musicians and non-musicians. Then they compared the brains of musicians who have absolute pitch and musicians without absolute pitch. Bear with me here. So, the testing revealed many interesting things regarding the brains of musicians. Firstly, their brains were bigger, thicker, and more active than non-musicians, specifically in the auditory cortex, the part of the brain that processes hearing. Makes sense, since they have used those areas a lot. Now let's compare the brains of those who have and haven't got absolute pitch. Oh boy. Now, when the brain tries to remember something, it could go to the working or automatic memory. Working memory is when the brain holds temporary information that can be easily forgotten. So like answers for exams questions, for example, which you have probably forgotten about at this point. Automatic memory is the information that you always remember no matter what. So like your name, age, and what color you like. And totally not helpful to answering those exam questions. So when the brain hears a certain musical note, it will be like, oh, this note sounds familiar. Let me check my working memory or my automatic memory to see what note this is. And musicians with absolute pitch usually go to their automatic memory to know what note it is. Their brains have recorded all notes right into their brain so they can't forget it. How cool is that? Now, some of the music-related abilities can't be learned at all. Some people are just born with it. And one of those abilities is called synesthesia. Have you ever listened to music that reminds you of a feeling, a memory, or even a smell? Well, that is synesthesia. Some musicians can associate certain notes with color. This is called chromesthesia, which is the most common form of synesthesia. When someone with chromesthesia listens to a song, they could be like, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue, blue, green, blue, green, red, blue, 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 green, green. How does this work, you ask? Well, there are a lot of theories. One theory argues that people with chromesthesia have the color and music parts of the brain activate at the same time. This is called cross-activation. Another theory argues that there are specific parts of the brain that could trigger synesthesia. But in the end, it's very cool that people could see music through color. It's amazing that the brain can create more and more connections once we are exposed to music. That's the reason why we have chills while listening to our favorite songs, and that's the reason why some people like to use romantic Spanish music to win the affection of others. So now we've seen the cool things of what music can do to our brains, but what happens when the connections to our brains go wrong? And how can music help us? Well, you have to wait till the next episode to find out more. See you soon.